Hello, welcome back to my channel. Sunshine Prepper here today. It is Monday evening and I'm just been piddling around the house today. I went to the beach, hung out with a friend for a little while today. But I wanted to talk to you guys about canning. I taught myself, and I'm still teaching myself, how to can. After Hurricane Sally, I wanted to have shelf-stable food besides the canned goods that I had. I wanted to be able to have some shelf-stable proteins like beans and meats and things like that. So I was flipping through YouTube one day and I came across this channel, and it's Acre Homestead. Becky, she is the lady that does that channel, and she's really good. She's a young girl, but she's got a lot of information, and she's where I got the idea that I could maybe can. I've done a few things. I'm going to show you a list of what I've canned so far. Not everything I've canned because I don't have room, but there is plenty of things that I've taught myself how to do by just reading a book on preserving. What I want to do is I want to go through and show you guys some of the things that I've canned. And you know, I'm not a fan of canned chicken. I did can 6 pints of chicken meat, and I found it to be the same texture as canned chicken off the shelf from the grocery store. So, and I'm pretty sure there's other ways, other things that I could have done to make it better, but this is just trial and error for me right now. So, but I did learn how to can ground beef, some other things. So let me just turn the camera around and I'm going to show you what I've canned so far. Okay, first of all, I want to say that if you're planning on canning, you should always go by these books. Okay, these are the two that I use. The Ball Blue Book, Guide of Preserving. And then I bought this Complete Guide to Pressure Canning off of Amazon. And that's where I've learned how to can meats, is from here. So let's just go a little rundown here. So the first thing that I canned was this blueberry lime jelly. And it's really, really good. I actually got the recipe out of this book right here, but it's blueberry lemon in there, and I had lime on hand, so that's what I used in place of. Also, I did some strawberry jam, and it's really good. I did some regular salsa, which I used apple cider vinegar as my acid, but I wasn't real happy with the taste. It's too vinegary for me. But then I went back and I made another batch of salsa using lime juice as my acid. Turns out really well. I did some pickled okra. And the first jar that I tried was a little mushy, so I put it in the refrigerator to see if it would perk up a little bit, and so get a little more of a crunch to it, but I haven't tasted yet, so we'll see. So also another thing that I did was I did beans. I did pinto beans, I did a 15 bean soup, I did quart jars of pinto beans and quart jars of black beans. And I got the recipe and everything, well, the instructions on how to do the beans out of the Complete Guide to Pressure Canning. I always will let you know that wherever you're canning, you need to make sure what your altitude is, what your, so you know what to put your, build your pressure to in your pressure canner. Because I have, with my elevation, I have to pressure can my meats and things and beans and stuff at 11 pounds of pressure for 115 minutes. Okay, I did some chicken breast, which you can see that it looks good, but I mean, again, the texture is just different for me. Then I did some ground beef, and this is pre-cooked ground beef with a little bit of onions, and then I pressure canned some stew meat. Look at that. That looks good. And it really is good because I've tried the stew meat already. I have beef stew where I put in meat, onions, carrots, potatoes, garlic, and seasoning. I did that in quart jars. And then I did a roast with just onions, roast, jalapenos, and garlic. And it's really good too. I tried my hand at pickles. I haven't tried them yet to see how they're doing, how I did, but I'm sure, you know, they'll be good. I can always use them for potato salad or whatever. And then I canned some red potatoes. I had a bag of them that I needed to use up, so I just peeled them and cut them up and followed the directions on how to can them and canned them. And today I did sausage. I did 4 types of sausages that I had in my freezer. I did Conecuh sausage, I did some peppered kielbasa, some just regular smoked kielbasa, and then little smokies. I did that, and that's actually finishing off right now also in the pressure canner that you hear in the background. But I just wanted to show you that you can actually can foods that are shelf stable for when times come for like hurricane season, when we have no power for days on end and you need to be able to cook something but you don't have power and you're limited on what you can use to cook with or heat with. So with the beans, for instance, if I was to have raw beans or regular, bag of beans, it would take 3 to 4 hours cooking them in a pot over the stove, or 8 to 10 hours in a crock pot. But with this, all I have to do is put it in the pan, and in less than 5 minutes, 7 minutes, I'll have a hot pan of beans. Okay? And if I want to add stuff to it, I can. I can throw some corn in there, some green beans or peas or whatever, and add some ground beef, and then I've got a beef stew, add some tomato sauce. So I've used stuff that, I've pressure canned. So during hurricane season, or if you're just having hard times and you don't have a lot of money to go buy groceries or go buy things that will fill you up and keep you satisfied, canning is a good way to preserve that and have shelf-stable food. So I've been learning this over the course of, I don't know, probably, let's see, the first thing I canned was the pickles. So in October of last year is when I started learning to do the canning. And I've actually enjoyed it. It's calming for me. And so, and it gives me peace of mind knowing that the food that I have is not going to go bad if the power goes out, because it's not in the freezer, it's cooked. And another thing is it's already cooked, so, the heating time is 5 to 7 minutes versus hours and hours and hours. So that was just what I wanted to show y'all today. I've tried to keep my videos under 20 minutes. Sometimes I may have a longer video, but I want this to be simple and easy. And I know a lot of this is not simple and easy, but it is very time consuming, because to can something, like for the beans, it's a 2-hour process from start to finish for me. When I take my beans and, you know, follow the directions and do what I need to do, it's 2 hours from start to finish, and that's with the pressure canning time also. So your low acid foods like your tomatoes and your jams and your pickles and stuff like that, those are less time consuming because they can be water bath canned. There's 2 different types of canning. There's water bath canning, and then there's pressure canning. And the pressure canning is what you need for your beans and your meats and potatoes and green beans and things like that. Your low acid foods like your tomatoes, your okra, your jams and jellies, you can do in a water bath canner. And so that's what I've done. I've learned how to do both types of canning. And I don't keep everything for myself because I know I would never eat everything. But I do gift it out to people that I know. People where I work are always interested in trying something that I've canned. So I'm sharing the wealth, basically. But I wanted to just give you guys that are wanting to learn how to can some, I don't know, encouragement on learning to do this, because it's really easy. My biggest fear was the pressure canner itself. The little gauge that goes on the pressure canner, that's the hardest part for me. And it's because I have gotten steam burned by putting the weighted gauge on. But once I get past that point, I'm usually pretty good. It's all downhill from there. It just takes time. But anyway, if you like the content of this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave me comments in the comments section on suggestions you may have for the chicken thing, or if you have questions. But I'm always going to tell you, I'm not going to do videos on canning because it just takes too long. It's a long video, and I don't know how to actually work all this camera stuff. But I will tell you, those books right there on that table are 2 things that I have counted on and used every time I can. So it's just a simple little read along, follow the directions. So anyway, thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. Like I said, like, share, and subscribe, and leave me comments in the comment section. All right, thanks guys. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.